Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. We have a new homework week. It is currently February 8th, and of course, these prompts are for the 10th through, well, starting the 10th. Anyway, so we're going to start with Vicky and Mythical Stitches.
Hi, guys.
Hold on. Tonight we have joining us Lisa from Shady Tree Stitchers, Carla from Craft Addict K, and Vicky from Reading and Stitching. Sane from Sammy J Stitches. I'm getting used to it, okay? All right, go ahead, Vicky.
Are we ready? Okay. So this week we're still reading hearing about the Evil Queen's story from the villains Fairest of All. And so this week, the first prompt is we're at a winter solstice party, and there is a quote from the book, "A luminescent dream floating against the sea of darkness." You have to find something that fits that prompt and then explain it and stitch it. And it's for 200 stitches.
Okay. So Carla, you go first.
I had actually thought of two different options. One of them was the ship pattern that you did, Sammy, the design you did for us in Magical Stitches because of a boat floating. And then when we were getting ready, I started thinking about my Phantom of the Opera. And I'm just going to show, because it's got the luminescent light of the chandelier. So I thought that may work, and I'm getting over that way. So maybe one of those two.
Well, I really, really want to get back to doing my monthly square on the village of Hawk Run Hollow. And I'm quite sure that those stars in the sky with the moon would be luminescent dreams floating against the sea of darkness. So I might work, I'm not on that square, but that doesn't matter. I might work on that.
Okay. I'm going to take a way literal approach here, but part of this is because I haven't worked on this piece yet this year, and that is my happiness piece, because it's literally against dark illuminating. And
that's good. It's got the candles, which were featured a lot in the book, so that's, you know,
right.
Totally accurate.
Okay, Vicky?
Okay. Well, I've got two options, and I was like Carla. The first thing I thought of, I'm gonna stitch Sammy's ship because it's floating in the air, and I need to start it. But I also thought, well, my one of my other pieces that I'm using for the month is my castle. That was a gift from Felicity Stitches, Felicity Fish. So, and it's floating in the air. So,
and it's got it's luminous in the darkness.
It is luminous in the dark, and there's a moon. So that's an option. So it's one of those two.
Well, and something else we discussed when we were discussing this prompt is like sparkly things. You know, your crackers, your beads, those can all qualify too, because
yes,
luminescence.
Luminescent, and it's a winter solstice party. So we're thinking it's winter solstice. You could do a winter scene with snow because snow sparkles.
Sparkly dress.
Sparkly dress. So whatever you think of for winter solstice, basically, and how that would fit in the quote.
Right.
Okay. All right. So the queen kicked the odd sisters out of the castle. So we're going to stitch on a whip closest to a finish. This is a different one because it is 300 stitches. Or if you finish the project, then you're done with the prompt. So you may not have to stitch 300 stitches. You may only have 150 left and you're done. So once that's done, then you're finished and you say, okay, I'm done with the prompt.
And for the first one, what was the stitch count?
200. This one is 300 or you're done.
Okay.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I know I'm going to have 300 left in mine, but my closest one I think is going to be my Seize the Day, because I just have these couple of little things right down here. So, but I'm sure that there's more than 300 in that. So that's going to be mine for sure.
Well, I've been working on this one, the Welcome from Cricket Collection. And I've only got the last E and the flower and the thing underneath the E, so that's pretty close to a finish. I won't finish it, but it's close.
I do believe my closest to a finish right now is A Tale as Old as Time, because I just have like part of I have all the A, a little bit of tail, and like one leaf on the flower. So I should be able to finish it up.
So I'm trying to decide between mine because I'm almost finished with Meg, and this piece will be completely done. So I could kick it out, or I could go the other way where I'm stitching, individual blocks, and I'm almost finished with my Alistair the alligator. And I could say that block is completely done. So I'm kind of in between on which way I want to go.
I think the neat thing about that one is even if you have something that you only have 15 stitches left, you don't have to do 300. You could do your 15 and it be done. And you get your
That's a bonus.
So I think that's pretty neat.
Okay. Sorry, Bert decided to join and he's taking up space. So a face appeared in the mirror. Stitch 100 stitches on a face. You have to literally stitch on the face.
Okay.
Now, on that though, it doesn't have to be 100 on the face. If your face only has 20 stitches, oh, you're going to say that, were you?
It said, if you have less than 100 stitches on the face, once the face is finished, use the rest of them wherever. And it doesn't have to be a human face. This can be any face, animal or human.
So I think I'm going to work on, got a little bit of a glare, but it's the Anniversary by Lilo Studio, because I know I have the girl's dress done from a previous challenge and most of the young man here. So I think I just have his face to do. And I think I have the faces of the sheep. So I figured I can share the wealth and maybe knock out a couple of faces with that prompt. So
that's a good one.
That's what I think. I'm going to work on that one.
That's a tricky one for me. I've got because you've got to stitch on the actual face. There's a few different ways I could go, depending on other things that I'm going to choose from. But I haven't decided which square on Whole Run Hollow to do yet. And I've currently done this one here. So I could potentially move across to this one and stitch on the horse's face. Or I could go this way and stitch on the, I don't know, the kangaroos' faces. So I might do that.
I am going to use Which Way because it's a witch's face.
And that's a face.
And with all that green, I should get it done pretty quick.
Right?
An attractive face.
Okay. I am going to work on my camel. I did not get her face stitched, so I'm going to finish stitching her face.
That's a really cute face.
I know. Look at her makeup and her lipstick. Isn't that the cutest?
Very cute face. What's next?
Oh, that's my spot. Sorry, I was playing with Bert. Okay, so we find out that the face in the mirror is the queen's father. Stitch on a project that has something in it that reminds you of your father and explain. 200 stitches, 2 points. Yeah, it's 2 points.
Okay. So I have two choices, and I was thinking about this because my father was in the Navy. So I am working on Shores of Hawk Run Hollow, and I'm actually on the middle ship. So relating that to the Navy and the ship reminds me of my father. So I could use that. Or I also am working on Liberty Sam, and I haven't had him out for a while. And I thought it was time to maybe give that one a little bit of love. So relating it with the military and his experience. So that's my choices.
Well, I'm undecided. I could keep working on my Welcome Terrific collection because my father used to always spend time out in the garden when I was a kid, and I'm working on gardening implements. Or if I decide to do this block on Hawk Run Hollow, he used to take us on family visits all the time. And I remember a particular family visit where we went to Hill End and we couldn't find accommodation in a hotel, and that's like a hotel. And I just remember a memory in my life with the way my father handled not having anywhere to stay.
Okay. My dad used to read to me a lot when I was a kid, and he specifically read a series called the Jarek series to us, and it was about an assassin, but he also had a pet dragon called a Jerry, and my dad's name is Jerry, so like it all related. So I am going to work on House Targaryen because we have the dragons.
Nice.
Okay, so you can't tell what I'm really stitching on this year. We grew up on a farm, so when we would get new horses, I was a tiny one, so I always got to be one of the first ones in the saddle, and I always got tossed a lot. So I'm thinking about working on Hamilton horse. Yeah, I know, I don't like horses now. Or I can work on, because we always picked vegetables for the 4th of July, and we made fireworks money that way. I could work on my Hawk-Run Hollow. And I'm going to read this next prompt and then put you on mute because my dog is barking to go outside. So the next prompt says, the funeral for the king brought many people to his kingdom. Stitch on a project has 3 or more people in it. Must be humans.
Oh,
200 stitches.
you know what? I don't think I brought my picture over for this one, but I'm thinking about doing the Once Upon a Fairy Tale.
I can pull up a picture for you.
Thank you, Sammy. Because there's lots of people in that. They're spread all over.
Now there's one here, and one over here, and one up here, and over here.
They're all over. I'm up in that upper left corner, so I'm, slowly making progress.
Well, you are not going to be surprised what I'm going to stitch on for that one.
Let me guess.
Humans.
Bet you can't guess.
We are humans.
We are humans. You're right, because look, even though
be close on that one, huh?
Well, I'm on the last line. I mean, I've done far more than that, but there's definitely more than 3 people in there. So I think my humans, because also that way I will be able to double dip. Thank you. Double dip with the scavenger hunt for shells. And since I've done all the monthly homework, I need to do a bit of love on my scavenger hunt pieces. So I'll be good.
Okay. You want to guess mine too, Viggy?
No, I don't know yours.
No, 3 or more people for Sammy.
Yeah. So
Fairy
Fairy
tale.
Lands 2.
Oh, that's cute. I need that one.
Oh,
I
no,
need that.
Well, when Sammy finishes it, she might send it to you.
Right. So I'm working on this half over here first, and I'm down to like right in here. So I'm almost done with half of it.
Oh, that's so cute.
And I'm sure 200 stitches will do nothing but help.
Yes, and I am going to work on my villains piece.
Well, there you go.
That's got lots
There's
of humans.
lots of people in there.
I know. Okay, and the final thing, it's a bonus. It doesn't count towards it's 2 points. It's and you don't really have to do this one. All it is the mirror tells the queen that she is the fairest in all the land. Post a photo of your piece that you consider the fairest of them all. So all you have, there's no stitch count. You just have to figure out which post, which design you have that you want to say is your fairest of them all. Now Ella's ringing the bell.
Okay, so I think I am going to go with this one only because, you know what? This is Lyra, and we have a friend that is also working on this, but doesn't she just look like she's just laid out there, like very fair-skinned, and I just think, you know what? She's a female, and she looks like she's striking a pose as the fairest of them all. So
Definitely the fairest mermaid.
Yeah. And I can encourage my partner in crime on Virtual Stitchers a little bit to get some stitches
yeah, you
on
can both
her.
do that one. That sounds like a good plan. Well, I can scavenger hunt again. I'm quite sure Alice is the fairest maid at the ball.
Oh yeah,
She's beautiful.
that's pretty.
I do believe I'm going to go with Lady of the Flag.
Oh, nice.
Fairest of all mine. Definitely the most intimidating.
For sure. Mine's still in the bag. I haven't cracked that one open yet.
I'm looking for a photo of mine because it is over there on my mantle. I am going to use Tiger Lily from Nora Corbett, I believe. Because to me, she is the fairest of them all. Whoops. Sorry.
Pretty.
And that is all for Magical Stitches for this week.
Okay.
Okay, we do have a quick question from a viewer. Not really. We're not live, I promise.
I was like, what the heck? They're going to see me keep getting up and down because I'm letting the dogs in and out because they cannot seem to.
Could do it live. Yeah.
So the faces thing. We said human or animal. Are we limiting it to that? Or if it is an obvious face, could it be stitched on?
Like the Man in the Moon.
Right. But it has to be like an obvious face.
It has to have eyeballs and nose. It has to have a face.
Okay. Yes,
That's
it
face.
It has eyes, nose, and mouth. It's
Okay.
I'm in trouble then because my humans, although they're not my face, they don't have noses. They only have eyes.
Oh,
and
you know what I mean.
But I think they exemplify the humans.
Okay. Moving on. Now, Carla's going to read Daily 30 to us.
Okay. Do you want to just go right to the prompts, or do you want to read the whole story before that? Okay. So if we go to the prompts, we're talking about it's Chocolate Week for Daily 30. So the first prompt is about the Aztecs loved and valued the cocoa bean so highly that they used it as currency during the height of their civilization. Stitch on a piece in which you invested at least 20 cocoa beans. One bean is equal to $1. And this week, all of their prompts, it looks like, are 300 for 3 tokens, 400, 4 tokens, and 500 for 5 tokens. So who's got a?
Well, me.
Basically, something we've spent $20 on. Is that what?
Much. That's what it's saying. Something you spent $20 on.
Well, considering this pattern, I think is $23 American, and then by the time I pay for it, that's more than $23 for me. It's like $32 or something. I'm going to do my Hawk Run Hollow because this pattern cost me more than $20. And I can double dip. And you can do, is it 300, 400, or 500 stitches this week?
Yes, 300, 400, or 500.
Okay. I'm going to, let's see, some I pay more than $20 for.
It can be more. It says that you invested at least 20.
Yeah.
So it can be more.
I think I would have to, no, I can't do that. Okay. I'm really not sure.
Fairy Tale has a lot of threads.
Yeah, it does.
It does, but it's not in my rotation right now. That's part of my problem. I mean, I could give that to you very easily. It's probably gonna be Lady of the Flag.
Well, you could double dip because you're using it for Magical Stitch homework too. So
right, yeah. Because you know she's got beads and Krynic, and even though I didn't personally pay for the pattern, just that stuff and floss has added up to, I'm sure, way more than $20.
Oh, for sure. Vicky.
Yeah, I know. There's so many that I'm trying to figure out that I want to do.
What can you double dip?
That's the problem. I've already got my things double dipped. I've got them. I think I know what I would like to start. If I can find it down here. Oh, here it is. I may use, because this was an out of print that I got. my Ashley's Roses. I haven't started her yet.
Well, that's pretty.
I need to start her, but I also have not started. I did not start my artistry sale for January. Yeah.
Do that one.
And I need to start that one, and it is stunning. It is a castle. Look at that. So maybe I should start my castle, because I have not done that yet. And I was supposed to start that in January, but that's when I was really sick.
Yep, do that one, Vicky.
There you go.
Okay.
There'd be $20 of fabric in that one. It's huge.
Oh God, you don't even. It thing's huge. This thing is like going to be bigger than me. It's bigger than me. It's huge.
I'm gonna do Lyra, because then I can double dip her. Because I'm already using it in Magical Stitches, so I'm just gonna, and definitely it's a heaven and earth design, so you know there's lots of floss and fabric in that. So that's where I'm gonna be using. So the next prompt talks about Dr. James and John Hannon and how they founded their chocolate company. It became known as the Walter Baker Chocolate in 1765, and where the term Baker chocolate comes from. It isn't chocolate that's just meant for cooking. Stitch on a whip in which the focus motif is not named in the title. For example, a house that is center stage, but the title does not include the word house. Crickets. I'm hearing crickets, Lisa.
Well, I just have a question on that one. Because when I look at my Hawk Run Hollow or my Brooks, I see the borders, but it's not listed in the title. Would a border count? Or they're wanting something in the design? That's my question.
It just says the stitch on the whip with the focus motif is not the name in the title. Like Cinnamon Stars is a good example. The focus of that piece is that house in the middle, but there's not a house in the title of Cinnamon Stars.
Okay. Then I just misunderstood that prompt.
It's really got me. Feel free to jump in while I think.
That's what I'm doing. I'm thinking.
I'm actually working on this one now, but I'm looking to see what I did with the pattern. I'm doing, let me grab this real quick. Because I actually started this one tonight. This one's called A Rosy Night. But when you look at it, the focus piece seems to be the mermaid, fairy mermaid in the middle. It's not the rose. So I'm trying to get some stitches on that. So because that's my WIPGO piece.
I'm going to double dip with one from Magical Stitches, and that is my happiness, because the focus would be the candle in the middle, which is lighting up the rest of the piece, but the name is happiness can be found. So nothing about the candle or light or anything like that.
All right, I need your help with this one.
Okay.
Only one I can think of at the moment. What if I was to do the family patchwork sampler?
Yeah, because that tree in the middle is really what the focus is.
Well, there's houses and there's trees. The family are only just like listed down here. They're not really, they're not the focus. So maybe I could work on that. Yeah. And that would give me 4 stitches on that since I only just started it.
I am at a total loss on what to stitch.
I know what you could stitch.
What?
What about George?
The title of it's Stitching George Washington.
But the part you're working on doesn't have George in it.
It's just got a rope.
You're right. I'm stitching the rope.
Do you have a picture of just your bit?
I do.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. Then I will use George. Thank you, because I was like, I think I was being too literal on that.
Okay. Way back in 1842, the Cadbury Company made the very first chocolate bar. The company is still in existence and is perhaps its most famous for its delightful Easter-themed treats. Stitch on an Easter piece or one with something Easter-related.
Well, last year I had the perfect piece, my Easter egg hunt sampler. but I finished that. And this year I have nothing, but I have a sneaky idea in my mind. So I'm going to take a pass for the moment on that and get back to you.
Sammy, are you still thinking?
I'm still thinking.
Okay, I got mine.
I was going to say my other option is to have a Cupid I could use because I did all the stitches. So if I really can't do it, I can just use one of my Cupids and it's like a free pass. Go, Vicky.
So do you have someone, a lady with a fancy dress, and that's her Easter dress?
Oh.
Because that's what I'm using. I'm using my Enchanted alphabet. See my little girl? Okay, there's a little girl right here, and she's in a little white dress, and she's got a little bunny there. So I'm going to be using this one because that's her Easter dress.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, because I was going to say you need a bunny, but I have a bunny because look, besides there's a hidden bunny in one of those bits of curtains. There's a hidden bunny.
Well, there you go. So you have one.
Okay, thank you.
Sammy, did you come up with anything yet?
I kind of thought about my legendary creatures because the Easter Bunny is a legendary creature. And there's also on here this jackalope, which, yeah. So, I don't even really have anything spring related that you go, okay, well, that could be Easter.
What about your fairy tales? Is there anything in that?
I grabbed the wrong one.
Oh, wow.
You can show us. Then you have 3 brains.
I mean,
well, there's some girls in pretty dresses.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
There's no bunny, but I'm just saying you got apples. I almost feel like the little prince you're working on at the moment looks like he could be at Easter with his little fox and he's wearing a pretty cape for a party.
Well, Easter related would also be, could that be like, because little chicks, because people get chicks and little ducks.
Yep.
And
yeah.
I'm thinking here, chicks and ducks. The color, I don't know. Can we do colors? Because
well,
pale,
the pastel-y, yeah.
Flowers. Maybe something with a basket. Anyone have anything with a basket?
Sammy, show us your whip, Sammy. Yeah, so you could use that color.
I could use this for that because
Yeah,
I've got a
you got a basket of flowers.
It's got, and it's the tulips.
Easter tulips.
Easter tulips.
That's good.
Do you have anything? Okay, anything with the church on it? Because everyone goes to church goes to church.
That's true. And all those people doing that Jesus face or a nativity, you could tie that in.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people talking about nativities.
Show us your whip, Sammy. Let's see what we can find.
Okay. As soon as she shows them, let's see. Hang on.
That was a harder one too.
What about your postage stamps?
Again, this one's in timeout, kind of.
Wait. Yes. Hang on. Yes. See the little kid, the world traveler. Is that a design? The kids?
Yeah, they're all. This whole piece is in here.
Okay, so the little kids, because they're dressed for church.
Yeah, he's got a bag. He can be Easter egg hunting.
Collecting eggs.
Yes, he's dressed for church.
But it's in timeout. So what else have you got?
Why is it in timeout?
Because I'm trying to limit my whips this year.
Oh, okay. So, hang on a minute.
And that's where it gets a little difficult.
How about the what's the
This kind of reminds me of like where you would go to hide eggs.
Yeah, you would go to Easter egg hunt.
The garden for the Easter egg hunt.
What's on the Lizzie Kate? That one up there. Yeah, that Lizzie. Yeah, I'm pointing to my screen like you can see me doing that.
give. You give eggs.
You care. Yeah.
Eve in the Easter bunny.
You remember that Jesus died on the cross.
And you
It's a good
believe.
outcome.
And you believe.
You believe in the bunny?
All of this, because Easter is when you're also spending time with your family. So all of that would relate to your family, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But,
Okay, got a few ideas anyway.
okay.
Okay.
What's next?
All right, our fourth one is 1923. The Mars Company developed a Milky Way bar by putting nougat out inside a chocolate bar. The same year, former Hershey employee H.B. Reese introduced Reese's peanut butter cups. Oh, yeah.
God, those are so good.
They are, aren't they? Which later became part of the Hershey brand. Stitch on a piece with something inside something else.
Oh,
Something inside something else.
I'm stitching George. There's men in a boat.
True.
Alice is inside the curtains.
Mm-hmm.
Or everything on here's inside a box.
That's true.
Oh, I could also stitch my everything. Yeah, my hawk brown, everything's in a box. Sammy, you have anything with a lamb?
No.
Oh,
Okay. Because that's good for Easter too.
that's the
And
Easter one.
also,
Sorry.
This is the block I'd be doing, and there's curtains inside the windows.
There you go.
Very
That would
good.
work.
What you got, Sammy?
Oh, okay. So I was trying to see if I could double dip. And so on this one, my dragons, whoops, are inside
Not a dragon.
Oh, yeah, that works.
of a circle, inside of a banner, inside of a, like, we got some inception going on over here.
That works.
Mm-hmm.
And we try to double dip as much as possible.
Well, I can use, I can use my Phantom because I really like stitching on it because they are inside a boat because Vicki talked about the boat. So I thought about
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah.
So that would work. Or I could also do,
And they're also inside a theater, by the way.
Oh,
my coffee Quaker because any Quaker has got something inside. So all the Quaker pieces have something inside, like those little emblems. So
okay.
you go with the coffee Quaker too. Oh, back to me again. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It takes 400 cocoa beans to make 1 pound of chocolate. Stitch on a whip that has at least 4 repeating motifs or sections in the design. The same motif or section that is repeated at least 4 times. Post your cover photo if your stitched area doesn't show the repeating sections. And this is 400 stitches or 4 hours.
Okay. Well, I'm going to guess I'll be doing something on this. I had the same thing 4 times. There's at least 4 times down that border. There's definitely 4 times around that middle border. And there's 3 halves, but yeah, so there's repeating sections in there. Or I could just do the other one, the linen thread ones. I'm sure that's got repeating things as well.
Okay, mine is ink circles, because we all know that ink circles is a big repeating. Like, see the circle and the circle and the circle and the circle.
That's really a pretty one. What's the name of that one, Sammy?
Growth rings.
Huh, I like that. I haven't seen that one before.
Okay.
Vicki?
I don't have anything with repeating.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. No, you do. Your black work. Your black work thing, Sal, that you started last year.
Oh, my tiny treasures.
That one has it.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
There we go.
Oh,
Problem solved.
oh, I did. Well, look at you, Lisa. You know my whips better than I know my own whips.
Oh, no, I don't. Not all 400 of them.
Well, you know, quite a few of them. All right. I don't know. I'll have to find a
There you
photo
go.
of that one. All
You'll
right.
have to find it now. That's what you can do.
Let me find a photo of it. I know I've got a photo.
Oh,
Because all black work things have lots of repeating.
I did this one today. So I'm just going to pull out the one I did. And it's my coffee Quaker because I was working on that earlier today. And I used the petals because it repeats 4 times.
Yep, cool.
That's what I use for my repeating pattern.
any quaker style will be good. That's well done.
Yeah. Okay, so
Okay.
then we have our bonus. Are we ready for the bonus?
Hold on,
Mhm.
has Vicky got a picture?
I do.
Oh.
Hang on. That's what I just pulled up. And then maybe as you know, the moment I tell you how to wait is the moment it says, nope, I'm not going to open. Well, there it is.
Oh yeah, see, easy.
Oh, yeah.
Very least you've got you've got the squares happening.
All right.
All right.
Okay, so our bonus prompt. Stitch on a project with chocolate. Your piece must have a clear representation of chocolate in the design. No alternate stitches, and it's 5 stitches or 5 hours for 5 figures.
500 stitches.
I have something.
500 stitches. Chocolate. Help me, ladies. I don't have anything for chocolate.
Well,
Look.
I have a secret squirrel idea for chocolate, so I'll talk to you later, Carla.
Oh, okay.
I have a rascally raccoon who is eating a chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
I mean, as with anything, you don't have to do the bonus, but if someone sets a challenge, we like to get it. But Shell's challenges, remember, it's a closed group. You can't get in. So if you're not in it, sorry. But if you are in it, we know you like us talking about it. Yeah, she's really tricky with those specific, and she doesn't have any flexibility. Magical Stitches is all about being creative and talking the story. But with Shell's group, it's like, no, she says chocolate. She means chocolate.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't mean a brown nut.
That might be a cocoa bean.
Yeah. Or a circle that looks like it might be a milky dud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sammy, do you need us to look at yours?
Do not have anything for chocolate. Do not.
Yeah, I don't have anything for chocolate either. I've been thinking about this one all day. And now somebody mentioned, if you remember that design, I think it was by Hands-On Design that did last year, the More Chocolate Bunnies. Life Needs More Chocolate Bunnies. And it's got the Broke Chocolate Bunnies, but I stitched that already last year. So it's
Have you checked Cyber Stitches, the free, to see if they have a free design?
Well, if chocolate chips work, I have Mean Mother that has chocolate chip cookies on it.
Oh, well, you can do that. I'm sure chocolate chips would work.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So if you go to Cyber Stitches, they have a pattern for a free chocolate bunny, a free mint chocolate chip ice cream. So
if you really want the bonus.
And here's one that says, My Heart Belongs to Chocolate. These are free. It's on Cyber Stitchers.
I have to look those up. Cyber Stitchers.
Yeah, cyberstitchers.com. They have free patterns, and they're also a good reference that if you're looking for something in a magazine, it can usually tell you what magazine it's in and what year and issue. Okay, y'all, I am sorry. For some odd reason, the moment we start doing this, my dogs have to come in and out.
But I have a question. Can I ask a question on this bonus? Because actually somebody asked this. What if you did hot chocolate? Do you think that would work for that bonus if it was hot chocolate?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
And
I
it's a picture of a mug and it says hot chocolate. Yeah, so that's okay because you got chocolate chip.
Thanks, Vic.
Yeah. I really like that one. Look, it's got hot chocolate. It's got chocolate chip cookies. It's got cherries. Come on, and it's free.
And it's a year of starts, Carl.
I know, right? It's all about the starts this year for me, for sure.
Yeah.
And then your normal daily 30, your 5 days of stitching for 30 minutes. So.
Oh. Semi Sane, what do we got there? Semi, anything changing over this week?
Changing over, not that I'm aware of. What? Okay.
We move alphabet goes to letter D.
Alphabet goes to D, which I'm working on my dog.
All right, I got a question for that. It's got to be the name of the chart and the name of the designer. So if my Do-Re-Mi sample, which is not called Do-Re-Mi, is designed by Diane Grick, would that work for D?
Yeah. You have to say the designer's name is Diane, yes.
Yeah. So I will be working on my Do-Re-Mi sampler for letter D for the next 2 weeks.
Awesome.
What do you got for D?
Well,
You got your dog.
I've got my dog. I got hang on, my Scotty dog. Where did he go?
Duncan the dog.
Duncan the dog. Let me find him. My focus is my Brooks this year, as you can't tell. So I'm trying to use those as much as I can.
oh, that's cute.
And if I need to, I can use him for my face, the face one.
What do you got, Carla?
I'm not sure if this will work. It's a Once Upon a Fairy Tale. It's a style that I started with Gina. But the designer is, or the artist on here is Jenna Della Grottaglio Maldonado. Would that work?
Oh,
There's a D in it.
don't know.
I think they're just doing first letters
First letters.
across the board, like designer, design company, title, not positive. I would check into that.
Well, my plan B is my wonderful sewing machine that's a dimensions kit that I just love stitching on so much. And if anybody watch my videos, they know how much I love that. So maybe I'll just put some stitches on there to make some progress. And
Yeah, and it's just a progress thing. There's no limit.
yeah. So I thought I would just my dimensions kit, but I don't have that here handy. So.
What do you got, Sammy?
I do not have anything.
Nothing D.
And I haven't really been doing the alphabet ones anyway. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm lying. Hello, Dash Away Sal.
It's right there.
I'm literally stitching on it right now going, I don't have a D.
I don't have a D. It's called Dash Away.
Oh.
So that's probably all of it. We haven't got anyone else in yet, have we?
I don't know. Enchanted Stitches hasn't posted yet. We're doing this kind of early. Really, we are. There's a snowball fight going on in Sane. There's self-portrait. How are y'all feeling about self-portrait?
Oh, I haven't posted that tonight. Is it had to be done by 11?
I don't know.
I haven't
I'm
gotten
not doing
into
it.
Self-portrait, but I've been really having fun with the pooper potion.
Have you?
I'm not pooper potioning on that one. Thank you.
It has been interesting. It's been very interesting.
I'm just snowballing.
I still have to do my daily 30.
Oh.
So.
And of course the monthly one is the Stitching Around the World with Hawaii. So I'm been madly working on my Hawaiis. Got lots of things underway for Hawaii.
I have not. I'm doing good to do the little that I've been doing.
Okay.
But that's okay.
For this week, thank you everybody for trying to help us out, and we'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye.